Hey guys, so today I'm going to be building an Alpine ski chalet. I thought this would be a really good idea since it's winter and I know that a lot of people, especially maybe people who are a little bit well off, like to celebrate the Christmas holidays or the holiday season by traveling and staying in a fabulous, ski chalet somewhere, in the mountains or whatever. So yeah, this is sort of loosely based on like Alpine or Swiss styled buildings. Oddly enough, even though I live in the United States, the area that I live in actually has a decent amount of buildings that are sort of Swiss inspired because a lot of people from Switzerland came and immigrated to my state. So we have a decent amount of it here, just not, right across the street from me or anything. So it still is kind of like this fancy, like, vacation property type of thing. So I thought that would just be a fun idea for winter. So to build this, I used a lot of stuff from the Get Together expansion pack since there were a lot of really nice, like, European inspired doors and windows and railings. I also used a good amount of stuff from the Outdoor Retreat game pack. Like the exterior of the top floor of the house is from that pack. Just because I thought, like all the woodsy and nature type of things, it would suit really well for this build. So yeah, the other fun thing with this house that I've built is that it's sort of inverted. So you go in and you enter on the second story instead of entering on the first floor like you normally would. And on the second story is where you have the kitchen and the living room and the dining room, and then the bedrooms and the bathrooms are on the first floor. So it's kind of flipped upside down a little bit, which I thought was just, kind of fun. So I also put in a lot of like flower window sills and little balconies and that sort of thing, just to make it seem like it's even more, I don't know, European, I guess. So here I am building the rooms out in the first floor of the house. So the first floor has a master bedroom and a master bathroom, and then two bedrooms that are really kind of designed for children, but any sim of any age can stay there. It's not a big deal. And then there's also another bathroom down there as well for those other guests. So the idea is that, this could be a place for maybe a larger family or an extended family, and, like maybe grandpa and grandma get the master and mom and dad get one of the kids' rooms, and then the other two kids get the other kids' rooms, or, whatever. They can kind of work it out. But it's really, meant for a fun place to stay if you're traveling or if you're going on vacation. So if you have the Outdoor Retreat game pack, you could even put it down and, hey, it could be a camping house or whatever. So I also tried to go with more kind of traditional styled flooring and wallpaper and furniture choices. It's still, kind of modern, but you're not going to see anything super fancy or maybe even not so high end. And, it's definitely the kind of place that is a place where maybe older Sims or older people would feel very comfortable right away walking in. And it's a fun place to kick off your shoes and relax. And, you come in from the mountains after skiing and you just want to, stretch out and be comfortable. And so that's kind of the vibe that I was going for here. So this is the master bedroom. You see I put in the vanity from the new Vintage Glamour stuff pack, which is just like so much fun. And then I also, gave him a nice double bed and a bookshelf and a cute little chair to sit and read in, although we actually do end up getting rid of that chair in a little bit because I realized that I didn't put a computer anywhere in the house, and even this is like a skiing house. Let's be real, people would get on a computer anyways. So eventually that chair disappears, but for a while it's there. So now this is the master bathroom, which I was like, this house demands a clawfoot bathtub. It's just so perfect for this type of vibe, and like, it's kind of old but new at the same time. So and it's a pretty spacious bathroom actually. Like, you look at it, like it's almost as big as like a bedroom in some houses that I've built before. So but two sinks, a separate shower, it's definitely a pretty nice place. So usually when I am building a house, I will go through and kind of do like the floor plan and get everything generally situated how I would like it to be. And then I always throw in some of those lights, I think that came out in the Get to Work pack, the ones that are like the beamer or whatever, and they're very bright, just so I can see a little bit better what I'm working with. And then I'll go in and I'll add in decorations after I've furnished everything. So now we're doing the first of the kids' bedrooms. This is probably meant to be more of a boys' room, but it could go either way. So it's up to you. And then this room that's yellow is a girl's bedroom probably, which I was trying really hard to get away from doing like blue stuff for boys and pink stuff for girls. So, and I liked the color of this wallpaper, that really soft buttery yellow. But unfortunately, I had a really hard time finding like bedspreads that fit that same color palette. So, and the pink and gray I really loved, but it just didn't quite go. And then I tried to change the wood instead of making it a dark wood, like a lighter wood, and it was better, but it just wasn't quite right. So eventually you'll see I do change the wallpaper to be like the pink wallpaper. But so for the girls' bedroom, I gave them, like a pretty flowery dresser. I think that actually came with, I don't remember which pack that came with, but then they also got like the puppet theater from the kids' stuff pack as well. Then for the bathroom downstairs for the kids, or for the two single bedrooms to kind of share, I thought, you know what, if you've got like an extended family of people and they're all staying in the same house, it would probably be in your best interest to have like separate little shower stalls and separate little toilet stalls, just to make things a little bit easier, in the morning, and everybody's like trying to get ready and stuff. And so that's why too I gave them 4 sinks. So hopefully that's enough for everybody. And so I divided it up a little bit more there. So now I'm going back through and decorating the master bedroom with some cute little makeup accessories on the vanity table, and adding in some paintings and some plants that all sort of, make it seem a little bit more homey. It's not really meant to be anything super personal, since this is really meant to be more of a vacation home than a permanent home. But I also kind of like the idea too of leaving things a little bit open-ended, so that if you're playing with the house and you do make it a permanent home for your Sims, that then you can kind of, bring in their own personal touches and their own photographs and pictures and, that sort of thing. So here is, once again, the master bathroom, giving it some plants. I like the idea of having some plants in a bathroom, because bathrooms sometimes can seem kind of sterile, and which, I mean, they should be clean, obviously, but like not quite so harsh. So, and unfortunately, with how I did the kids' bathroom, there's not really much space for a lot of plants. So I add in a couple of accessories here and there, like the towel bars, and there's, I think, a couple of soap dispensers that I put in. Oh, and a little picture of a plant, but not an actual plant. So I kind of wanted it to seem like, okay, this is a very clean bathroom that's being shared by, potentially 4 different Sims, and yeah, so and then I thought, this little hallway area, it might, be a good spot to just kind of chill and relax. Like maybe you're waiting on your sibling or your parent or something in the morning, and then you've got this nice little chair just sitting there waiting for you to sit on it while you're waiting for them to go off on the day's adventure. So, and now we're back in the boys' room, which for the boys I gave them the little art desk there and a couple of those square cushions to sit on. So, and I really wanted to try to find a way to get that dinosaur in, but there was just no good spot for it. So I gave them a couple little cars and that sort of thing instead. And then the girls' room, I gave them a couple of pink trees. Like there's a banner from City Living that has like the Japanese cherry blossoms on it, and some fun little frames to hang up on the wall. And it and I loved having the luggage as an end table, since theoretically your Sims who would be coming and staying in this house probably have a lot of luggage with them. So so I thought that was kind of a cute little touch. And of course I had to put in those lamps from the kids' room stuff pack so they don't get all scared by the monsters under their beds, although, I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So then I move upstairs, and I really wanted to make like a large kitchen. I wanted it to be kind of separate from the rest of the first floor, or I guess the second floor in this case. But I wanted it to be the kind of place where you could have a lot of Sims in there grabbing breakfast in the morning, and nobody would feel like they were stepping on top of each other. So I wanted to kind of, I could not get this to work. I had a couple of columns, and I was trying to do a spandrel over top to kind of imitate an archway, and I could not get it to work for the life of me. So eventually I just put in a regular archway and called it a day, because I know that there is a way to do that, but I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. So once again, I kind of tried to stylize it, looking like it's more traditional, but still like kind of high end. And I thought the wood burning stove and the old timey looking refrigerator would be a good choice. And I really love that on this cabinet set that some of them have those open glass doors where you can see the dishes inside of them. I just think that that's a really nice touch. So, and of course, dishwasher, coffee pot, very much needed. Little sink looking out the window, which, I don't know, my kitchen sink in my house looks out our back window, and I always like that. I don't know why, because I don't really spend much time standing in front of the sink since we have a dishwasher, but it is just kind of nice to, like, if you're rinsing something off really quickly, just stand there and gaze out at the world. So, and I always like to put lights underneath kitchen cabinets, just because, especially since this room was so large, it helps bring some more light onto the cabinets without being, too many hanging lights or too many lights in your face. So it's a little bit more hidden. So then right off the kitchen, we have the dining area, which, I mean, even though you can really only have up to 6 Sims like sleeping in beds at this house, I wanted to do like I wish we had this for real, a big square 8-person table. And I know we got the 6-person round table with the backyard stuff pack from this past summer, but I wish we had like instead of just a 4-person round or a square table, that we had an 8-person square table. So I sort of hobbled one together the best that I could. And then on the other half of the floor, of the second floor here, I wanted to make like this big, fantastic, like living room space where people could, gather and, open up Christmas presents, or, just sit in front of the fireplace. And so there I am trying to find the right colored couches. It is sort of a pet peeve of mine that we have love seats and couches that aren't part of a complete set. Like, there's some where it's like just a couch and a chair, but no love seat. Or there's a love seat, but no couch. And I'm like, it just doesn't make sense. So, and then I kind of did the same, like making a square table thing with these like vintage looking, I think they're supposed to be a TV stand, but I like using them as coffee tables. So, And then I gave it the old style stereo. And this is when I remember, oh, right, I need a computer. So I popped one in the master bedroom because I always hate it when I have Sims over and all they want to do is play on my Sims computer. And it's like, I didn't invite you over to just sit on my computer. I invited you over to hang out with me. So come on now. So I always put it in a bedroom where I can lock the door and then they can't get there. So, and then I put in a couple of game tables. I put in one for kids and one for adults because, I want to make sure that there's something there for the kids to do too. So, and then of course I had to put in the Christmas tree in the corner and lots of presents because I wanted to try to make it seem like, this was intentionally a family gathering at Christmas time. So then I put up a garland all over, for the most part, this main living and dining room area, and I think I put in a couple more Christmas decorations here and there. I really wish with that wreath, I wish we could put it actually on a door, because I think in Sims 2 there was a door with the holiday stuff pack that had a wreath already built onto it. So, I mean, that would be great too. In all honesty, I would be fine with another door like that. But, people always put wreaths on a door, and so we just have a wreath, but it doesn't go on the door. So then I put in some red accent rugs to kind of tie in that whole Christmassy theme. And these trees that are the light up trees, I think we got them as part of the holiday pack last year. And they are so pretty. Like, I wish I could put them in every single build that I've done because they are just so pretty, especially, at twilight or nighttime. It provides this really nice glow to your house, I think. So here I'm making a stone pathway, which I love doing this where you line the pathway with stones, and it really seemed to fit this style of house really well. But I don't know, so many of these stones have like little side pieces of stone coming off of them, and so you kind of have to like twist them around a little bit to make it seem like they're meant to be there and that there isn't this weird little piece of stone suddenly in the middle of your pathway. But, oh well, I mean, it's not too bad. So maybe someday we'll get more rocks in the game at some point that are maybe styled a little bit differently, but who knows. So, and then of course I try to randomize it too to make it look, not quite like, oh, there's only 5 rocks. So, and then since we don't have seasons in the game, I was trying to come up with ways to kind of mimic snow or, like there was a snow pile on the ground. So I tried it with these white flowers, which, I think it did a pretty good job. And then since I made the trees in the backyard even bigger than the trees in the front yard, I opted for a larger, taller flower to kind of, match the size difference there. So, and then I wanted to add in some white flowers, but then once I looked at it, I realized that was a little bit of an overkill. So I kind of toned down the intensity of it a little bit and then kind of covered the yard with it then. Oh, and that little woodshed thing I just thought was so cute and so perfect for this house. So here we're kind of finishing things up a little bit, just putting on some outdoor Christmas decorations, and I miss from The Sims 3 where with seasons you could add Christmas lights automatically to the roof line of your house, because that was just so pretty and fun, and like it was so easy because a lot of times that was like a whim or a wish or whatever that your Sim would want. And it was so easy to achieve, like, boom, lights, done. So, and here I am remembering that I needed to add in a mailbox. So I threw one in really quickly and then moved the Nutcracker to the front porch and sized it down a little bit so there'd be room for people to get in and out. And so here we are on to screenshots already. So this is the final ski chalet, kind of in the twilight, early morning hours. And then we come in here through to the living room and game area over there with the Christmas tree and the presents in the corner. Yeah, I think that this is just a really great family house. Oh yeah, and then in the dining room, I did put in the globe bar from the Vintage Glamour stuff pack, just because that I just love that. I think it's so cute. So um, then yeah, so now we're back downstairs, and this is the master bedroom with a closet, because now that we have closets, I love putting in closets wherever I can. So and then we've got the master bathroom with a couple of robes hanging up, and then we have the boys' room, um, and then we have the girls' room next door with a cute little bunny on the end table with the luggage there, and of course the puppet show, because it's just so much fun. And then this is kind of looking into the kids' bathroom, or the main bathroom. And here we are outside, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like it if you enjoyed it and give me some feedback, because I would really appreciate it. Thanks. Bye.